It's one thing to take up pottery, check out an oil painting class, or maybe try your hand at photography. But glass blowing, that's not an art form that most of us have access to.
Yet, in the basement of Waterfall Arts in Belfast, the furnace is hot and a new generation of glass blowers is being formed. 207's Peggy Kaiser and videographer Kirk Craddy paid them a visit.
Squeeze lightly, much lighter.
Before COVID, David Jacobson owned a glass-blowing studio in Montville.
One-man shop, making glass, giving lessons, and then COVID really impacted me. I really basically had nothing left.
He approached Waterfall Arts in Belfast to see if he could bring his talents there. The Arts Center already offered ceramics, photography, and printmaking.
I think there's such a universal interest in glass right now that this capitalizes very randomly and luckily for us in that way.
David offered to donate the equipment from his studio, teach classes, and in return, he'd have a place to work on his own art.
We want people to experience this. We have so much fun with it, and we just want to share that. What color is this? Shade for the stem, okay.
Friend and fellow glass artist Carmi Katsier came on board. Together, they led the renovation of this former fallout shelter. They opened the doors a few months ago.
And now it's grown into the only school of its kind in the state of Maine. Community-based, we're burning used vegetable oil as one of our heating sources, totally cutting edge. It's just grown into a huge, fantastically exciting project.
No one is more excited about the studio than these Belfast area high school students.
You're going to come up to meet it and go forward and back with them.
Senior Emily Martell has taken other art classes.
Did you ever expect to like it this much?
No.
This one is satisfying in a different way.
There's something about the 3D medium of glass that's like really fun to work with, and like heating it up and stuff. It's just very exciting.
Are you surprised at how cool this art form is?
I'm surprised at how easy it is to kind of jump into it. Like, obviously not like have master technique, but like just like you can kind of jump into it your first day and kind of like start to like use the glass in a sense.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty cool.
The process of glass blowing moves quickly. Once you start, you can't stop.
You're focused, you're in it, and you're going.
We start with like a guided experience so that we can have someone make something in a safe way. But then each part of the process takes years and years to perfect. Glass, a bowl, those are great starting points.
100 pounds of clear liquid glass rests in this furnace set at over 2,100 degrees. The rods and blowpipes are kept warm in the pipe warmer so the molten glass sticks to the metal when it's gathered. Color can be added by rolling the clear glass in colored glass on a thick steel table that shapes and cools the glass. Each time the glass is reheated in the forge, which runs at about 2,300 degrees, it's rotated to keep it centered. Out of the forge, they can bring it back to the bench where they change the shape, blow it out, and use shears or tweezers to manipulate the glass.
This is like the glass blower's office. We have all our tools here. We sit down at the bench here and we're rolling the rods back and forth.
The students are each making a glass pumpkin. The molten glass goes into a mold which adds some lines to the design. They also use a wooden paddle to flatten the bottom of the glass.
Any part of it that's intimidating, all that heat and everything?
A little bit, but I've burnt myself worse making tea.
So like any art form that you want to become good at, it just takes a lot of time and commitment. And the thing about glass, though, I just want to say, is it's magical. And what makes it unique is that it's captivating. And you fall into two camps. Either you're sucked in and you want to learn more of it, or you're very intimidated by the heat, the process, all that it entails, and you say, no, thank you.
And there it is.
David envisions that years from now, this will become a very influential glass center in New England.
It's all silver lining, and I feel extremely fortunate. And I have to say, a lot of it was just, it wasn't never on my radar. It was never part of my plan to do something this large and to be teaching like this and teaching the high school kids. But everything just started to move in that direction, and I was thinking, who am I to stop this? Who am I to say no to something that's just bigger than me? And here we are. Check it out. And it's going to keep growing.
All right.
Nice.
The Waterfall Arts Glass Blowing Studio is open to the public, and people have come to take classes from around the state. If you'd like to learn more, you'll find a link in the 207 section of our website and our News Center Maine app.
I like that line. There is something magic about glass. It's
Yeah.
just a medium that everyone is fascinated by.
They're beautiful too. Those pumpkins were incredible.
Yeah, and the process of making it just never fails to fascinate.